What we learned from each team in NFL Week 5. Alrighty, first up we got the San Francisco 49ers, and man, my takeaway for them is this is just a great football team. I mean, we saw them shorthanded. You don't have your starting quarterback. You don't have your receivers. The defense is banged up. I mean, just everything against them. And you're going into LA to play the Los Angeles Rams, who have looked great so far this season, and you come out with a win. And this is just a really good football team, and I think that win against the Rams is definitely a very defining win, for them. Cleveland Browns. I mean, I don't have a huge takeaway for them in this game. Honestly, my takeaway for them is this is just a rough game. It was a rough loss. I mean, the defense played pretty good most of the game, and then they kind of lost it at the end. But overall, they didn't play a bad game. This was just one of those. It's just a tough loss to take. Alrighty, next up we got the Los Angeles Rams. Again, kind of the same thing. I don't have a huge takeaway for them. They played a pretty good game. My takeaway for them would definitely be is this offense is still elite. This is a very tough team to play still. And yeah, the Rams will be fine, but it's just another one of those tough games. Alrighty, next up, Indianapolis Colts. My takeaway for them is, this offense just continues to roll. I mean, you got Jonathan Taylor, scores 3 touchdowns. Daniel Jones still looks great, looks very efficient, isn't turning the ball over. Overall, their offense is looking good, and we'll see again how they continue to play against these tougher teams in the future. New York Giants. This one definitely, my takeaway for them is you got to clean up the fumbles, you got to clean up the turnovers. Jackson Dart, of course, had 2 interceptions. I believe there's like 2 or 3 fumbles. There was a lot of little stuff that they got to clean up. They'll be fine, but they got to clean it up if they want chances to win these games. Next team up, Minnesota Vikings. My takeaway for them is they're surviving. They're surviving with Carson Wentz. Wentz honestly played a pretty good game against the Browns. Obviously, he struggled a little bit in the first half. Second half, we saw him kind of heat up a little bit. He played a great game. No turnovers from him, and they're surviving. Las Vegas Raiders. Whew, this is definitely a team. My major takeaway for them is Geno Smith got to go. I mean, I understand the defense is not the greatest. Like, that obviously is a problem too. But Geno Smith and the amount of turnovers that he has just accumulated so far at the start of the season, it's just unacceptable. And unfortunately, he got to go. He's got to go. New Orleans Saints. Takeaway for this one is the defense definitely won them this game. They forced some huge turnovers. Like I said, had probably 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. They played a really good game on defense. Saints finally get their first win. New York Jets. Whew, man, my takeaway for them is this defense needs some help. The pass defense, just so far this year, they just have not looked that great defensively, especially against the run. That's definitely something they got to clean up, they got to get better at. And it's just overall right now they can't stop the run. The pass defense is okay, but like I said, the run defense is very concerning. Carolina Panthers. My takeaway for them is Rico Dowdle, or however the heck you say his name. My goodness, bro. I was watching that game. I was like, this is insane, bro. Rico Dowdle had 206 rushing yards he is the backup running back for the Panthers. 206 rushing yards. Are you out of your? Oh my gosh! It was insane. I was extremely impressed. Obviously, he had a great matchup against the Dolphins, which that's something I'll probably get to here in a second. But man, that was very impressive. Denver Broncos beat the Eagles in Week 5. It was a great game. Showed a lot of grit, coming back in the end. But my takeaway is this is just a tough team to play. They're similar to a lot of these good teams where if the offense kind of lacks, the defense picks it up. If the defense is lacking, the offense kind of picks it. They find ways to win, to come back, in these games, and they find ways to stay competitive. And this is got to be a tough team to play. Dallas Cowboys, I don't have a huge takeaway for this one. I'd say their offense looked very balanced. It looked very efficient. Like I said, I think it was more the defense they were playing is more the problem, but overall their offense looked good against the Jets. Miami Dolphins, you guys got to get this run game going. You have Devon Achane. You have good running backs. But yet, you guys had no run game against the Carolina Panthers, who are one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. I don't know how, but bro, Devon Achane had 10 carries for 16 yards. That's unacceptable. Like, you got to fix that. It's just something you can't have that. You can't have 16 yards rushing from your starting running back and win a game. It's very difficult to do that. So, you guys got to fix that up. All right, my main takeaway for the Philadelphia Eagles has got to be, you got to give Saquon the ball. I mean, I know, it was one of those games where the pass was more the direction, for the Eagles. But, I mean, Saquon had 6 carries. 6 carries. I mean, that is insane. You have one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the NFL, and you give him the ball 6 times. Houston Texans, I'd say my main takeaway for them has got to be C.J. Stroud's back. He looked very good. I believe he was like 29 for 33. He was extremely efficient. He looked great. Their pass offense looked great. He looked like he's back. But I will say, now this leads me to the Ravens. I would say more of it was definitely the Ravens. This has got to be one of the worst defenses we've ever seen. I mean, this is probably, I'd say, the worst defense in the NFL. I mean, maybe you disagree with me, but truthfully, I mean, this defense can't stop any sort of pass. I mean, they can't stop the pass. They're not great against the run, to be honest. I mean, it's a struggle. And I know they got some injuries, but still, overall, it's just this pass defense is atrocious. Alrighty, next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Similar to what I said about the Ravens, but the Seattle Seahawks pass defense is not as good as a lot of people think. I mean, I last week, they talked about in the Cardinals game, oh yeah, this pass defense is great. And I think I even gave the Seahawks a little bit too much credit last week. But overall, like, the Seahawks, when you really look at the stat sheets, they have not been that great against the pass. And they allowed Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield went 29 for 33 in this game. He went 29 for 33. I believe he had 350 plus, passing yards. I mean, this was ridiculous. I mean, they could not stop anything. And it's just similar to the Ravens. They got to work on that pass defense. Tennessee Titans, my main takeaway for them is the defense won them this game. I mean, Cam Ward did play better, but he wasn't playing like out of his mind or anything like that. The defense ultimately won them this game. They made the plays when they had to. They started off a little shaky, but they made the plays when they had to. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my main takeaway for them is this pass defense is lethal. It is lethal. I mean, you got to think, they don't even have Mike Evans right now, and it is insane how good this pass offense is. This pass offense is just absolutely insane. With Ibuka, you got, Chris Godwin just came back, and then once you get Mike Evans back, man, they got to have one of the best trio wide receivers in the league. Detroit Lions, obviously they went against my Bengals. I don't have a huge takeaway for them, just besides they had a balanced offense, but I think it was more the defense they were playing would be more, what I would comment on, but I'll get there in a second. But overall, they had a balanced offense, got the win. Arizona Cardinals, again, it's the same thing I said last week, where these small mistakes, the drops, the turnovers, and we see it again this week against the Titans, where they turn the ball over. There's some interceptions, there's some fumbles, and overall, that's ultimately what's making them lose these games. Like, they're not a bad team, but they got to clean up these just little mistakes, these drops, these fumbles. They got to clean it up. Alrighty, next team up is the Washington Commanders, and my takeaway for them is they had the Chargers offense on clamps. I mean, their defense looked fantastic. Herbert could not get anything going. And then, I mean, obviously Herbert was bad. You look at the run game with Omarion Hampton, he really didn't get much going. I mean, overall, the Chargers could not get anything going against this against this Commanders defense. Alrighty, next team up, Cincinnati Bengals. Man, I just don't even. It's the same. It's literally, my takeaway is the exact same as last week, which is changes need to be made. And guess how many changes were made from week 4 to week 5? Just guess. Zero changes were made. And again, will we make changes? If we don't make changes now, I generally let's just throw the season away. Let's just we might as well at this point. I mean, it is ridiculous. Like I said, I could go on a rant. Jake Browning, he looked terrible. The coaching probably needs some changes done. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that needs to be done to this team. Next team up we got is the New England Patriots. New England Patriots, I mean, it's kind of what I said, I believe last week or the week before, where this team is a good team. And I think the Patriots could easily be undefeated, or they could be 4-1 right now. I mean, they are a very, very good team. Drake May look fantastic. And yeah, this is just a very tough team that I would say will definitely make the playoffs, and it's definitely not a team you want to play in the playoffs. Los Angeles Chargers. My takeaway for them is the D disappeared. Pause. But I mean, the D was just not there. The defense, it was non-existent. I mean, I don't know especially the run defense, that was really bad. But the Chargers have kind of been built around their good defenses, and it was not happening against the Commanders. Alrighty, and final team up is we got the Buffalo Bills, and my takeaway for them is gotta be the secondary continues to struggle. It's definitely something that we've seen so far throughout this season. The Bills defense has not been the greatest against the pass. They haven't been awful, but it's definitely something that we've seen. When they play good quarterbacks, they struggle, and that's definitely something they got to continue to work on, that defense and that secondary. Alrighty, y'all, that was going to cap it off for the video. Again, if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.